I'm trying to look at this, look at the Gucci. I'm trying to be like you. I like the dress as well.
Thank you.
Proper.
Can I be your legacy?
You already are.
You two, you play such complex yet contrasting characters at the exact same time, yeah. Like, how do you prep in terms of coming together? So obviously, I heard your individual story about the whole Costco stuff, and I used to work in Costco Chingford, so I know about that time and a half too as well. So, like, how do you guys come together, sort of thing? Like, prep that.
We just had conversations, especially the day before the shoot. We just like have conversation, but it has to be organic.
Yeah.
Like try and go. This is about the work, and then we go in and out of like talking about the scenes, and then talk about life, and then talk about the scenes, talk about life, and then like just more connected. Yeah. I think just more. Yeah.
And I feel like a big part of the coming together is the energy that happens when you're on set. Like if someone is generous of an actor, then they open their energy to you, you know what I mean? And that's like how Daniel is. So it's like he opened his energy to me so that when we were on set and we're doing what we're doing, it's like we're able to just
get close.
Yes.
Closer than close.
Closer than close.
Are you still on set?
Thank you for this journey, no matter how it ends.
Tell me if I'm overthinking this, right? Well, one thing I noticed when I was watching the movie, so the film, alright, let's throw it back. See, like when you think of portrayals of black Americans in cinema, it's usually the slaves from down south trying to escape up north. But in this, it's in reverse. It started up in Ohio and ended up down south. Was that intentional, or am I overthinking that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're not overthinking it at all.
I've always thought of it as a reverse slave escape narrative. You know, they go they go south instead of north. Cleveland was the last stop on the Underground Railroad before the slaves would get to Canada, so that has a historical significance there. And they stop at a bunch of safe havens along the way. There's a lot of parallels between slave escape narratives and ours, like a modern day version.
Yeah, and I think to me, I knew I wanted them to get to Cuba, so that's just sort of like is what was natural. And Cuba obviously has cultural significance because of Assad Shakur, and so that's really kind of where it started for me, and so it just made sense.
What if God wanted me to die and I messed up his plan?
I don't think that's what he wanted.
How you know?
I just think you were meant to be here.
There was a couple lines that really stood out to me when I was watching the film, right? And the one was when you was asking Queen about, are you a good lawyer? And obviously she said excellent. You're like, and then you go, why do black people always feel the need to be excellent? Why can't we just be good? Now, obviously it's scripted lines, but is that a mantra that you kind of associate in real life? Or?
It came from a conversation with me and Lena when we was talking about the script. And I was just like, I kind of said, I think the quest for excellence is a symptom of trauma. Like, because it's really hard and like it's just really difficult. So you go, why would you go that hard? You're, like, there's an emptiness there. Do you know what I'm saying? In whatever shape or form. And sometimes like the actual privilege is just being able to be in it, being enough. So it's something that really speaks to me, and I hope I get there.
If I do it, would you please let me drive the rest of the way in peace?
Swear to God.
Swear on something you believe in.
Okay, fine. I'll swear on you.
The cinematography was top tier. Like one of my favorite parts was, when they were driving on the quiet road and they're hanging out the window. It's like they were nearly free for a second, even though they wasn't really free.
No,
one thing I loved about, like, I felt like nothing was wasted. Like, no dialogue was wasted, no screen time was wasted. How do you work in together to make sure that everything means something and it's not?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I never want to waste time on the page just because real estate is so precious, and I don't take people's attention for granted. So I was always very mindful. I think there were some things we kind of had to maybe cut or play with or lose, but we always were very particular about what those things were.
Yeah, I'm a really ambitious filmmaker. I love using visual storytelling to add to characters and to the story. Like, it's necessary. So each shot is really intentional, it's important. There's not one shot that we didn't use in the edit. I remember I was in the edit and our editor had left something out and I was like, you know what I had to do? What battles I had to go through to get there? You better put it in my edit. No, but every frame tells a story and they're all dependent on each other and necessary. And so, you know, just try to shoot in the most powerful way.
But appreciate you saying that.
What took you so long to respond to me?
I didn't realize that much time had passed.
I sent you a very well-crafted message 3 weeks ago. I spell-checked it and everything, got crickets. Then today, out of the blue, you hit me up asking if you want to grab dinner. What changed?
Normally, I would go home and have a glass of wine by myself, but I didn't feel like being alone. Not tonight.
You didn't have any friends or family you can call?
No.
So you turned to Tinder.
Now, obviously, your two characters met from a Tinder date that just went extremely left. But I want to know, like, in the real world now, have you either of you ever experienced any like weird first date things that just went?
Went on a date with a guy, and I actually took him on a date. I got the concert tickets, took him to see a show. Like, we had a really nice time, and when we went to leave, and he called us an Uber, we're in the Uber, and then suddenly the Uber's pulling over, and I'm like, what's going on? And it was an Uber pool. Other people got in the Uber.
I was thinking, what guy is? I just realized what you meant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uber
yeah.
pool. Uber
bit
pool.
left.
That was awkward. Yeah.
He's intimate. Maybe he's trying to say something. Might have more than one partner. Yeah.
Well,
And obviously, I know you're from Northwest.
Yeah.
So I know, like, you must have a mad story. I know the Northwest girl can be a bit left.
Of course I have. Mad. But it was the East one. That was the East one. No, she was, yeah. I've got mad stories, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been out here.
I won't dig it out of you. I'll leave that wrapped down.
Leave that. For the DVD.
Yeah, but
Put your hands on your head and get on the ground now.
Are you serious?
Get on the ground!
Why is he under arrest?
Get back in the car!
I am an attorney.
Down,
I'm
just
reaching
down.
for my cell phone.
one thing I didn't even notice until right at the end is that not once were they referred to by their name. Then they made me think, you know, as like even as myself, as like a black man, that could have been any of us. Was that purposely why he didn't use anybody's
Absolutely,
name?
Yeah,
for
that's the
sure.
intention.
Yes, for that people could see themselves in these characters, and but ultimately we don't learn their names until they're killed, which is, you know, a real statement about the fact that you don't know black people's names until they've been killed by the police, or unless they're like a basketball player or like a famous actor or something like, which is like kind of like not the best couple options.
Right.
And what's the craziest thing about it is like, I feel like there's no any real solution. It's like,
Yeah, well, the solution is to see us as people see everyone else, you know? 'Cause if you think about it, like, we were enslaved, we were treated like second-class citizens, and now we're being hunted in our own homes.
Yes,
obviously
to see us
because
how
of-
we see ourselves,
Yeah.
you know, and to create that dialogue, which then creates change, and to make you think about how we exist in the world and what needs to be dismantled in order for us to have equality.
Right.